we go. Greetings, beloveds. When you truly understand the power and the manifestation that every thought that you think has upon this substance of Maya, this substance of life, this energetic plasticine existence that is being called the third dimension, the fourth dimension, the fifth dimension, the 10th, 11th, and 12th dimensions. Beloveds, understand that every thought that you have is a creative action. Every word that you speak, every action that you take is in accordance with a thought that you think based on a desire that you have. This is why the focus and intention has been upon desire. But understand, beloveds, that this conversation of humility comes when you recognize the significance that every instant is an act of creation. When you come to realize that even in your moments of madness, when you believe that there is someone that is against you, or there is something that is being done wrong, or you blame God for your circumstances, all of this, beloveds, is done by the God-like being that you are, the God and the goddess that you are, the very breath of life that you are. So we would ask you to become more vigilant of the thoughts that you think, of the circumstances in which you find yourself, of the ways in which you cast aspersions upon yourself or upon others, the ways in which you judge yourself and you judge others, the ways in which we all have said, why is this happening to me? Mm-hmm. When we have forgotten, the moments when we have forgotten that we are the very breath of God, the moments that we have forgotten that we are the same creative force that created the trees and the birds and the oceans and the mountains. But beloveds, of yourself you do nothing, for it is truly God, through the will of God, that all is created. And when you can surrender yourself, when you can unhook yourself from the egoic mind that says, I did this, I made this is against me, that is against me, this is for me, this belongs to me, this doesn't belong to me. When you can fall back into the arms of grace that is the mind of God, you see that there is indeed a force for good, a force for nature, a force for love that guides all things, as all things, for all things, and through all things. So allow yourselves to come to this conclusion swiftly. Allow yourself to recognize that you are the very oneness that is creating all around you. And that every circumstance that you are seemingly going through, in which you say it should not be this way, it should be other than it is exactly what it is that you are meant to experience, to bring back and to report back to the whole sonship, to the one ship, and say, this was my experience. This was the place where I resisted. This is the place where I accepted. And it is all as it was meant to be. For there is a force that is greater than your mind can possibly imagine that is orchestrating all of this. And it is in perfect alignment. When you surrender your will that says this should be other than the way that it is, and you come to say, yes, this is a choice that I made. I said I want to experience this. I said I want it to be this way. Because this is the promise that I made to God of what I would come back and report on and say, this is what it was like. Some days it was good, some days not so much. But when you come to embrace that every moment of your existence, beloveds, is indeed in alignment with everything that was designed for you and designed for the sonship, you will have an experience of peace and release and of freedom. For you say, yes, this is as it was meant to be, and you bless it and you accept it. And in allowing And in that moment of accepting, there is freedom. That is when you have truly stepped into the oneship with God. Allow this, beloveds, to be your journey. And when you forget, when you veer off the path, when you're deep in the thicket in the woods, saying, what is happening here? I don't understand. When there are cuts and brambles have attacked your clothing and you have scratches upon your arm and upon your face and you are dripping blood, you say, I must have decided wrongly. I must have strayed off the path. Go within, beloveds, and become quiet. And suddenly the field clears and the pathway of mastery is evident. All of the illusion and all the madness disappears in front of you, and you are once again on your pathway and on your journey back to the love that God is. One moment. And you come to recognize and you come to remember the goodness that life is, everything that it has to offer you. Bring your humility to each moment, beloveds, and look to see what the message is from Spirit. What is it that God wants you to understand, to know, to experience, and to remember? Bring yourself back to the wholeness that life is, the wholeness that love is. Allow yourself to believe in love once again. Allow yourself to be cleared of all the blockages and all the impediments that you yourself have placed within the way of experiencing the divine love that you are. Do you know that God decided that He needed you? For you are the one. As I am the one, you are the ones, beloved, meant to be you. There is no one except you who is meant to be you. So embrace all of you with the love with which you were created. Feel the heart of love that beats within your chest. Feel the mind of love that thinks within your head. And bless the body that you have that allows you to carry out the actions that bring more love to the world. Every step that you take, beloveds, brings you closer to love. Every breath that you breathe, every thought that you think, allow yourselves to be within the majesty and the power of the magnificence that you are. And take responsibility for all of it, beloveds. When you allow yourself one moment to think that you are separate from God, separate than God, and that you suffer, and that God has forsaken you, you have merely forgotten. You have forgotten that you are one, and you are as God created you, perfect in that role, perfect in that consciousness. Know, beloveds, that I am here with you in your hearts. You need only look within to find me, loving you, whispering to you, reminding, sometimes shouting. Close your eyes, take a breath, find me within your heart, beloveds, and you find yourself. For I am you, and you are me. My love and my blessings go with you now and always, beloved ones. Reach out to me, call for me, speak with me, and talk to me. Allow me to help you remember the truth of you. The truth of you is love. Greetings and blessings to you always, beloved ones. And I will speak with you again.
Thank you.